What's up, Gathering Magic? This is the Magic Man Sam. This is the Planeswalker Gallery, and today we are paying tribute to Slivers. The casually beloved Sliver tribe is back in both Magic 2014 and 2015, and today we are here to pay some artistic tribute to one of Magic's most adored hive-minded creatures. Our first work is Crystalline Sliver by Variis. Calling back all the way to Stronghold, we see the blue-white Sliver creature represented in a totally new and very attractive way. Embracing the name Crystalline, Variis decided to just make this Sliver out of crystals. The glimmer and lightwork in this art is fantastic, and the artist's choice to use primarily blue and white reflects the card itself. Very well done, Variis. I love this. Our second Sliver is brought to us by Dreamphaser, and it is an Eldrazi Sliver. What happens when the world of Magic's largest creatures meets one of its oldest tribes? Well, you're looking right at it, a huge, massive sliver. I love the way the artist brought in the textures of the Eldrazi creatures and applied it to a really massive sliver. We all know we're going back to Zendikar, so let's make this thing happen. Sliver number 3 comes from JC Barquet and their website shadownest.com. This is a fan artwork of a sliver that is morphing over and into a huge mountain range. I love the way the artist sculpted the landscape around this sliver, and we sort of have a fisheye view on the land around him. It really adds to the size and the depth and the wonderful textures that the artist incorporated in the work. Moving right along, we're now going to look at some fantastic Sliver card alters. The first of which is a Sliver Overlord card extension by Card Kitty. The 5-color EDH All-Star now has a full art version. The card alter itself is flawless, all of the colors work together, none of the lines are seen, and this is totally a successful piece that I'm sure all EDH Sliver lovers would love to have. The second card alter is the exact same card revisioned as a Zergling by Z's Proxy Factory. This thing looks like it was birthed in a Sliver's nightmare. But I do love that all of the colors are both represented in the body of the Sliver Overlord as well as around the borders of the text boxes. And again, it's a perfect combination of Zergling and Sliver. Our third work is another 5-color Sliver in the form of Sliver Queen, except this card alter is totally different from anything I've ever seen before. It's a full art, very stylized, very pastel-y type of Sliver that captures the horror that Ron Spencer originally presented in the Sliver Queen, but puts it into a new light. All the colors flow together very well, and I think it's a totally cool outlook on something that is very traditional. Good job, Mr. Klug. And on the other side of that spectrum, Hurley Burley Alters brings us the Sliver Queen in 3D form, just to make my nightmares feel even more complete. This work pops. The Sliver Queen is stretching herself from the caves behind her, and all the intricate X-Acto knife cutwork that would be involved to make this card is something beyond my skill, but not beyond my appreciation. This thing is gorgeous because it's so horrific looking. And yes, that counts as beautiful. And sticking with the 3-dimensional theme, we're moving right into Sliver busts and sculptures. Our first one is by Dracula Hunter on Deviant Art, and it features a fungus sliver emerging from a tree, ready for the attack. I appreciate the detail in this work, all the carvings into its skin, and the polyp-type growths littered around the body. This bust is very gorgeous, in the ugliest kind of way. Well done on the fungus sliver bust. But Dracula Hunter didn't stop there, and decided to make yet another Sliver bust in the form of a Shiftable Sliver. This guy feels a lot less grotesque, a lot smoother, almost like a toad. With intricate pattern work along the body, everything about this Sliver feels very slimy and amphibious. This guy just looks slippery. Our final section of today's feature is Playmats. And the first Sliver Playmat is brought to you by Jeff Miracola on YouTube. Jeff has a fantastic time-lapse video of him drawing a Sliver playmat. This guy is a master of his craft. You need to watch this time-lapse video, and the link will be in the description. Our next piece is brought to you by Tontomtoofat, and it is a Synapse Sliver playmat. This art is gorgeous. It looks like it's straight from a graphic novel. The colors are very earth-toned with the light blue background, as this nightmarish Sliver creature just pretty much consumes this poor dude. It's the perfect combination of calm and horrific. Our third playmat is brought to you by Das Custom on DeviantArt, and it features both the Sliver Queen as well as the Sliver Overlord in front of a post-apocalyptic, futuristic world overrun by slivers. I love this piece in particular because it gives a bunch of depth into the background, and that's something that we don't see often in playmats. This piece almost suggests a story, and for that I think it's very commendable. Our final feature is one for the comedy books. One of contemporary art's most famous pieces of dogs playing poker is now Slivers playing poker. We have some of Magic's most beloved Slivers, all gathered around a table, presumably playing Magic, presumably playing Slivers, and this piece just makes me laugh. Alright, whew! That concludes our episode for today. tons and tons of slivers, all interpreted very, very differently and very, very uniquely, but all bringing that sliver flavor to the table. Please remember to like and subscribe below, and for all of you artists out there, if you would like to have your art featured on the Planeswalker Gallery, just shoot us an email at theplaneswalkergallery@gatheringmagic.com, and we may show your art in the next episode. Thanks again, guys. Cheers!